when we got to New York, they said, "Come over here and look." So we looked out the window and we saw the Statue of Liberty. And we were crying. It was so good to be home, you know. Oh, geez, it was great. Frank Bertrand with a D, Clocher. No juniors or nothing. In 1924, I was born on Osborne Street. Many, many years ago. I've lived here almost all my life, except when in the service. I was born in a house. There wasn't any, and I remember my mother told me that when she was in labor, his name was Dr. Clark. He lived in a corner of Washington Square and Oliver Street. And he was the doctor, and he came to the house, and my mother says, he put her on the bed with her ass hanging over the side, and laid out a bunch of newspapers. And he's sitting there reading the papers, and she's in labor, and she was in pain, and she's yelling at him. He's reading the paper. See, I used to go down the end of here is Smith Street. I was in kindergarten, because I remember I used to go to the Phillips School, had the kindergarten. When I was in the 4th grade, I lived on number 10 Arthur Street here on the right-hand side.
Where is it?
It's the last house on the right, and we lived on the 1st floor. There used to be a porch out here at one time. There was Mrs. Flynn's hat shop. Then there was a cobbler, and then Ledger's Market, and Waller the tailor. Then my house was the next one. Used to be on the corner there was Rizzoli's fruit store, and I sold papers there. And I sold the Salem News up on the corner of Summer and Essex Street. There was a store there called Mohegan's. It was a grocery store, and I used to sell papers there. And when I got through selling the papers, the money I earned, I would go in and buy pastries, and I would eat my profits. Over in the other corner was Mohegan's Market, on where Jerry's is now there. And they used to have grates in the sidewalk.
Okay.
And I'd go over to old lady Flynn, and I'd borrow her clothes pole for the clothesline, and I'd get some gum, and I'd look down, and you'd see a quarter down there, and you push the thing down and pick up a quarter and go to Rialto. I went 2 years here to the vocational high school at 5 Broad Street, and I graduated in 1940. They taught mechanics, electric, and carpentry. I took up cabinet making, and the teacher was named Mr. Pino. I was still in school. I graduated from high school when I was living on Essex Street, and we moved from there to to Mall Street. We lived in number 5 Mall. Then we moved from 5 Mall to 28 Williams, and every night I had a rollaway cot. I would unfold that thing and make up my bed. Then in the morning I would fold it up and put it away, because there was no bedrooms. There was no bathtub. There was no bathtub. We washed at the sink, because there's 28 William Street it was. Yeah, we'd bathe at the. My father was standing there washing them. Then I went in the service from there.